A hospital alone shows what war is. To forget, you need somebody to whom you would like to be able to forget. I am young, I am 20 years old, yet I know nothing of life but despair, death, fear, and fatuous superficiality cast over an abyss of sorrow. It's only terrible to have nothing to wait for. I don't want to know, I don't want to know. But even in my sleep I know it. I am very quiet. Let the months and years come, they can take nothing from me, they can take nothing more. I am so alone, and so without hope that I can confront them without fear. Man is an idea, and a precious small idea once he turns his back on love. Life did not intend to make us perfect. Whoever is perfect belongs in a museum. We are little flames poorly sheltered by frail walls against the storm of dissolution and madness, in which we flicker and sometimes almost go out. I want to be with those who know secret things or else alone. People always think that the most painful thing is to lose the one you love. In truth, the most painful thing is to lose yourself in the process of valuing someone too much and forgetting that you are special too. I am alive and I want to live. Don't be afraid of death so much as an inadequate life. To be loved is to be fortunate, but to be hated is to achieve distinction. It is very queer that the unhappiness of the world is so often brought on by small men. 3 comrades in one grave, that fits well. I would like to be able to breathe, to be able to love her by memory or fidelity. But my heart aches. I love you continuously, intensely. It is the courage to continue that counts. The world has grown strange. Holiness has increased in one place, and there is none at all somewhere else. I close my eyes, and I see what the world has made of me. Give something, take something. We always find something, deterring, to let us think we are at home. Our hearts always did, even at the front. Wandering and absence have always played a larger part in my life than loving and belonging. Mankind is a crazy species, hasty, arrogant, and very stupid. If you are young and armed with knowledge, you will be a worthy adversary. I belong to the generation that grew up in the ruins. When we are young, we invent different futures for ourselves. When we are old, we invent different paths for others. Only he who has faced despair is capable of recognizing the miraculous character of life. So long as there are men, there will be wars. It is very queer that the unhappiness of the world is so often brought on by small men. The purpose of history is its sum total. The purpose of the individual is also the sum total of the individual. You're ashamed of humanity? Well, you're ashamed of yourself. You're sick, that's all. The war is over. The world begins again. Fresh, alive, clean. The world never dies. Only people do. You are ashamed of humanity? Well then, what have you done for humanity? I can't believe people care about so much about us. I never thought people would. I don't care much about them. It's strange that a man can't talk about his own country without somebody loving or hating him. I don't have anything to say about Germany. In the midst of the Great World War I fought the whole world. I was responsible for the fate of all the men in my company, and so I had to destroy the entire world, for what else was it? I don't want to die. I'll miss the sky. We have been weak once in our lives, shattered, come close to death, gone down in misery and disaster, and that weak young man is back, untouched. Man is a wild beast, and wild beasts don't lend themselves to taming. Because they love freedom, they bite. The war had destroyed our last hope. Even the memory of it was obliterated. In every direction the future is a blank wall. You're worried about yourselves. You're not worried about me. I am a very dangerous instrument. There's no telling what I might do. The war was carried on with hatred, and it ended with hatred. It is a time of peace and new life, a time when young leaves and young hearts are new and fresh. I will live and I will learn to love. We stood on the edge of the world, and the fact that we were still alive was a kind of thunderstorm. And that is all we were, albeit proud. We tried to preserve our humanity, not join in mocking it. Nothing matters except that life should be happy. The good man is the man who lives his life with wisdom, self-control, and justice. God gave us the gift of life. It is up to us to give ourselves the gift of living well. The years pass. They accumulate and are gone. It is as if they were a great ship that bears us towards the dark. You want to know why people are afraid of death? Because they do not know how to live. The purpose of a person's life is not happiness, but the experience of being alive. Why should I be looking for something? I don't want to learn. I don't want to know anything. I want to exist. To those who want to hate the world for its treachery, it is necessary to love it for its beauty. Time is a storm in which we are all lost. So the darkness shall be the light, and the stillness the dancing. There are glimpses of life that seem to be gone, or a glimpse of a sunbeam from a prison window. When there's death everywhere, it's definitely no place for a sermon. I can't help it if I'm not happy. I need something, but I don't know what. Sometimes I feel so helpless. I feel as though I'm choked. It's very queer that the unhappiness of the world is so often brought on by small men. At last, all the lunatics are free. They will tear the world to pieces. Life goes on. It's a curious thing. Death doesn't change anything in it. One goes on living with all the same things to live for. When one person is missing, the whole world seems empty. Everything is beautiful when you don't know the whole story.